Hey, welcome back. Probably read the title and you're like, didn't you already do a beard dye video? And the answer to that question is yes, I did. But it's a little bit different this time because this time somebody actually reached out to me and he was like, hey, saw your video, thought it was pretty good, but I think I have a product that you're gonna like. So he sent it to me. First off, he like explained his product to me and explained why it was different than the rest. Sent me a couple videos showing him using it, and it seemed like it was pretty cool, honestly. So I told him to go ahead and send me one so I could try it out. And I told him I would do a video on it, and that's what this is. You're watching it. Good job, guy. But here it is. Here's a box. It's called Simpler, but I don't know if this box can be different than what you would get normally, or if like this is like a special box. It's just for like influencers. Not an influencer, but it's not the point. Anyways, inside it's got this cool little cloth bag, and open it up and you got the can of the dye right here. Now this isn't exclusively beard dye. It says right there. Come on, focus, you piece of garbage. Well, anyway, it's not gonna apparently focus. Come on. Anyways, it says for hair and beard. So it can be used for both. But seems pretty cool because it's in like a little dispenser can instead of like how you would normally get dye, where you get a little plastic thing and you have to spray two, like not spray, squirt two like little things into it and mix it together. This one actually has a double nozzle. It dispenses both the developer and the dye or whatever it's called at the same time, which is pretty awesome because you don't gotta worry about having to dispense two things evenly. And another thing that I thought was really cool about it, because this is actually an issue that I've had with the beard dye that I've used in the past, is it has a really nice brush. It's like a big beefy brush. These are actually like plastic bristles, which seems pretty interesting. And then at the end it's got like this small like detailer, but that seems like that would make it significantly easier to dye. And then that you could use for like your mustache and like your underlip and stuff. So that seems pretty cool. Pretty excited to use that. What else do we got in this bag? I assume these are gloves. Yep, right there, one pair of gloves. And what else we got in here? Got petroleum jelly. That's cool. So you could use that to like mask off the areas of your skin that you don't want to get dye on. That way you don't end up having like, stained skin around the areas that you dyed, which is pretty sweet. And then cleansing wipes. So that's pretty cool. Again, I'm not sure if this is the stuff that you get normally or if this is just like a special kit that I got. But if this is the stuff that you get normally, then that's pretty great. One thing to note is that it's pretty expensive from what I saw. I can't remember what the price was. I think it was somewhere around like $40 for a can. But according to the guy who makes this stuff, it should last you 5 times longer than a normal box of beard dye. So if that's true, then that's honestly not that bad, because I think I probably pay like $8, something like $8 for a box of beard dye anyway. So now it's been a really long time since I've dyed my beard. I've actually stopped dyeing it. But as you can see, my mustache and my underlip are like blonde. In a lot of my older videos, they almost were impossible to see pretty much. So that's what I'm going to be dyeing in this video, is just my mustache and my underlip. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get to that and go to the bathroom. Okay. Let's go. I'm not going to do much talking right now because I'm going to be dyeing my beard. So, but read the instructions. I know what to do. Take this, put it on here, Oh my god. Okay. Take a little bit. I guess I'm just gonna, don't know why I put that much on there. I should have done that. But it'll work. I have to apply this awkwardly now because I put too much on here. I just want it to be my mustache, my underlip. Okay. It's weird because the dye looks kind of red, but it's supposed to be like a medium brown or a dark brown. I guess we'll see what it looks like once it actually develops. But so far, I'm liking this brush. Only problem I'm having with it is if you want to dye just like smaller areas like I do, I really didn't want to dye like all this. It's gonna be harder to control how much. You might want to just spray it into like a small container first and then dip just the end of this brush into it. Which I might just have to spray just a little bit. Just the tip here, actually. It's like my mustache. Yeah, I used way too much. Well, I guess I'm dyeing my whole beard then. Which is fine. Make it all look even. But yeah, this brush is really nice. More on there, so I can get the cheek lines a little bit. Usually I'm a little more like careful than this when I'm applying my beard dye, but you know, trying to go quickly for the video here, so kind of rushing. I'm getting a little bit on my skin, but I'm not too worried about that because this has a bit of a longer like set time than normal, which I'll get to that a little bit later. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and alrighty. Let's say I have that on there pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and use this cleansing wipe to get the small amounts of dye that I got on my skin off. Oh god, my hands are slippery. Okay. It's a pretty hefty wipe, honestly. Can't really see the dye that I got on my skin in the video, but it's there. Okay, so like I said, this dye has a bit of a longer set time than usual. Like I think I would, God, look at my dark circles on my eyes. Whoa. I've had those my whole life. My parents used to be like, you need to take your vitamins because you got the dark circles. That's not how life works. Anyways, yeah, normal dyes take like, usually I'll leave like my Just for Men, I'll leave it in for like 5 minutes. But this has a longer set time than that. It says to leave it in for 15 minutes, so about 3 times the length of normal. And there's a whole reason for that, and I'm going to explain that to you after I get all this dyed. And it's actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to try this dye out. So I'm going to go into more depth about that later. But yeah, I guess I'll see you when this is all set up. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, it has developed. So I'm going to go ahead and wash it off my face now. I'm just going to go ahead and use a little bit of Beckwith Organic Beard Wash. Get this off my face. Be right back. Alrighty, so I'm back, and as you can see, it worked. Worked pretty well, actually. I kind of like that. It looks fairly natural. Matches my hair color pretty well, which is pretty great. A lot of the times when you get dyes, you usually want to go with like a shade or two lighter than the shade that you would think that you need. But with this one, you know, I mentioned that to him, and he was like, no, actually, I think you do want to go with, you know, this color. This one is actually medium brown. It says that on the bottom there. He's like, I think you actually do want to go with, you know, a color that you would think would actually match your beard, because apparently their dyes actually do match, you know, the preview that they give you, unlike other dyes where it's like, oh, here's what it's gonna look like, and then you dye your beard and it's like way darker than what they depicted on the box, and then you just you look really weird because it's super unnatural. But yeah, so anyways, worked pretty well. Pretty happy with it. Had to wait a little bit longer than normal dye, which wasn't that big of a deal. I was just sitting here on my computer anyway, so it didn't really bother me. So yeah, like I was saying before, there's one major thing about this that's different than other dyes, and it's actually pretty important, and it's pretty interesting considering that right around the time that he reached out to me, I actually had just been reading about not beard dye, but just dye in general. There was a lot of news articles coming out about dye that recently found out that chemicals in dyes have actually been linked to like cancers and stuff like increased risks of cancer and stuff like that, which is obviously not great. But the important thing about this is that his entire goal was to create a dye for himself, really, that was, you know, safe, something that was safer than the normal dyes that you'd get out there. So he came up with this. He developed this. It's you know, right on the back of the can says no PPDs, no ammonia, no parabens, no gluten. It's cruelty and animal testing free. Uses an all-natural propellant, and is the can is recyclable. So that's, you know, that's really good, because if you're somebody who's going to be dyeing your hair or your beard regularly, maybe like every month or every couple months, you know, that's something that you're putting on your face and leaving on there. And if you're doing it regularly like that, it's probably not great if it's got a bunch of chemicals in it that are going to be giving you cancer, obviously. So it's, you know, it's a little more expensive than your normal dye, but I think it makes up for that, honestly, just for the convenience of it. The fact that it has the 2 nozzle like dispenser there, where it just makes it easier. You just spray it onto the thing, or you spray it into a container you want and dip your brush into it. And the brush, let me get that brush. Brush is super. I like this brush a lot. I like this. This made it. I think this made it a lot easier than the little cheap crappy brush that you normally get. So yeah, it's a really nice brush. I think this can is a really unique and convenient way to dispense dye, and I like it a lot. So he actually gave me a link to give you guys where you can save 10% on a one-time purchase, or if you do a subscription, you can get 20% off, which is a really good deal. And I'm looking at it now, and actually it says the box does include all of the things that I was showing earlier. It includes the can of dye, a wipe, reusable gloves, the comb/brush, stain guard, which is petroleum jelly, that cool, I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. that cool like cloth pouch thing that everything came in, and instruction manual obviously. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I know if you're gonna be dyeing your hair or your beard regularly, I definitely would recommend something like this, because especially if you're trying to, you know, avoid getting like cancer and stuff like that, because it's not great to get those things. It's bad for you. So yeah, I like this a lot, actually. You know, I was kind of skeptical when he reached out to me at first. I was like, okay, what is this? Who's this guy now? But you know, now that I've tried it out and I've seen the results, you know, I like it quite a bit, actually. So yeah, I'll go ahead and leave that link down in the description for you guys to check it out. And I'm actually going to go ahead and leave links down in the description to some articles talking about what I was talking about earlier, where they found out that like normal hair dye and stuff has been linked to like cancer and stuff, which is pretty crazy, because I've been using that. I've been using that stuff myself, so that's kind of scary. But yeah, so that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I have another video I'm going to be recording soon. It's going to be more of an informative video about minoxidil and your minoxidil journey. So watch out for that one, and I'll see you guys later.